Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't yet already, leave me a subscribe. Today we're going to be doing an exercise that's great for your upper body, your shoulders and thoracic spine, but it's also amazing for helping the neck. If you're someone who struggles constantly with a stiff neck, this can be great for activating the muscles that help release that tension in your neck. So if you're someone who struggled with neck pain like I have, this is one that you're going to want to start to incorporate into your plan and workout. All you're going to need today for this one is your mat. And again, with any of these videos where you see me on the floor, you can also do these on your bed, on a treatment table, if getting on and off the ground is something that's a bit challenging. So just keep that in mind. All right, so first one, we're gonna set the head down on the ground. You're gonna bring your forehead to the floor, and then your arms are gonna come out at a big T. We're gonna go thumbs up towards the sky. And then first thing, we're gonna check in with our shoulders. We're gonna think about bringing the shoulders back and down away from our ears. So we're retracting and depressing our shoulder blades. And then on this one, we're going to be keeping the legs still. So give a big squeeze to your glutes, or think about pushing the tops of your feet into the floor if you feel any tension happening or gripping in that lower back. All right, so shoulders are gonna roll back, chin is gonna tuck, head is gonna stay down on the ground, and then we're going to lower and lift our thumbs. You're thinking about, and your arms, you're thinking about squeezing your shoulder blades back and down away from your ears, squeezing the glutes, and lifting and lowering these as high as you can, keeping the shoulders back and down away from the ears. While I'm doing these, I'm starting to feel the part, my upper back, my mid back turn on. We're able to engage some of our rhomboids and our middle and lower trapezius muscles here. These are really good because most of us are overactive in our upper traps and neck area. So these help engage the other muscles that we are not using as much. Good. So we're going to do somewhere between 10 to 20 of those. And you can do them for a couple sets, taking some breaks. This next one, we're going to find a W shape. And what a W shape looks like is that the elbows are bent. They're going to come a little bit in towards the body. So we're here making goalpost arms, and then you're going to bring your elbows a little bit in towards you, and I call this my W shape. Head on the ground, roll the shoulders back and down away from your ears, retract and depress. We're making that W, squeeze the elbows in towards the body, squeeze your glutes, and then we're going to lower and lift. We're finding a little bit of external rotation through the shoulders here. And again, we're going to do somewhere between 10 to 20 reps, moving nice and slow, focusing on keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. And I'm starting to feel here, I'm starting to feel my mid-back turn on, but I'm also starting to feel the upper part of my back and neck stretching. Lovely. Good. And we just did T, we did W, and the last one is going to be a Y shape. So same thing, thumbs are going to come up towards the sky like we did with those T's. You're opening your arms a bit wider like you're in a Y. And I always tell people this one's probably one of the more challenging one out of the three to think about keeping the shoulders back and down. And there's nothing wrong with keeping the shoulders up, but for this portion of the body, we're working on relieving tension in the neck and the upper body. So we're trying to activate the lower muscles. So it's important that we keep the shoulders retracted and depressed. Thumbs up towards the sky. We're making that Y. We're squeezing the glutes. Shoulders roll back. Chin is tucked. And then I want you to think about raising and lifting through the arms here, setting those thumbs up towards the sky, squeezing those shoulders back and down away from the ears. Finding the breath. And you notice my head slightly lifts here. Head can lift. It is a little bit more challenging for the neck. Or you can just keep that forehead down on the floor. Awesome. T's, W's, and Y's, really important for shoulder mobility and health. And as I was mentioning there, just about the neck and lifting it. So the next one, we're going to find a more, we're going to do a movement that requires a bit more out of the neck. So one important thing I want you to think of for all of these, but especially this next one, is that we're going to find a tuck of the chin. So Most of us are always doing this a little bit throughout the day, more than we know, because we're doing a lot of things in front of us. So when I think about tucking the chin, we're doing the opposite of that movement. You're thinking about shoulders back and down away from your ears, retracting and depressing the shoulders, and then you're going to tuck your chin back. And what I'm looking for when you do this is that we're trying to feel some activation. You're trying to feel the back of the neck muscles turn on. Your longest colli, we're starting to get really deep in the neck flexors there. And then you might also feel that area right underneath your chin. So let's do a couple of these together here. Shoulders back, we're tucking the chin, and you're trying to feel the back of the neck, and you might also feel the front part of your neck starting to release and disengage. Good. And I'm just practicing a couple of these, going back and forth. And when you do them, like if you see my neck, I'm definitely shaking because this is something that I'm having to constantly work on. So shakes are normal here. It's not really a movement that most people do unless their neck starts to hurt them, and then they tend to find these kind of things like I did. So that's what we're going for. Arms are going to come to goalpost arms. So I want 90 degrees with the arms. Head's going to start on the ground. All right. We're rolling the shoulders back, we're retracting and depressing, and then I'm finding that chin tuck that we just found. And what I'm looking for is that my gaze has to stay down in order to keep that chin tucked. Gaze stays down towards the floor. And then with the shoulders roll back, we're lifting the hands, squeezing the glutes if you feel any pressure in that lower back. And then I'm going to begin to press the arms overhead, bring them back, everything back down to the ground. Shoulders roll, tuck the chin, lift the hands, gazes down. And then we're pressing those arms back and overhead. So I like to go inhale to prepare, exhale to lift, inhale, press, exhale back down. Good, and you're just moving. And what we're looking for here is that you might feel the neck working, especially on your first set, first round. The back of the neck is what we want to feel, and even right underneath that chin. And then as you do a couple more reps of these, a couple more sets, you'll start to feel the areas in the mid-back, in the upper back turn on. And the muscles that we're trying to gauge specifically are the lower trap muscles. Because once we turn on the lower trap muscles, the neck, the muscles of the front of the neck and the levator scapulae that run like this will be able to release and not work as hard because we are fixing some of the muscle imbalances that cause a lot of neck and shoulder tension. For all of these, I would aim to do somewhere around 2 to 4 sets of 10 to 20 reps with a rest in between as a part of something that you do for your workouts or for your mobility for your neck and your shoulders. Leave me a comment about what you thought about these. They're some of my favorites, and happy moving.